Yeah, actually, I was in your shoes like 6 years ago, right? I
Mhm.
thought I was like, okay, I'm gonna move to US. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I'm not gonna stay in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to US, but there's that's one decision I was like, okay, why don't we try Canada?
Yeah.
And yeah, I can agree to you that it was the best decision that I made, right? And
Right.
now, 6 years after, I'm just making my way. I've transitioned from hospitality to my career
Mhm.
right now, which I'm very
Mhm.
passionate,
Yeah.
right? And involved in a lot of, helping international students as well, because I was once an international student as
For
well,
sure. For
right?
sure.
So the choice
Yeah.
is between Toronto or Vancouver, but I bet they're equally good, right?
Good. Yeah.
You can't really choose,
Yeah. And funny enough, when I was coming here, I was actually one of the few students who from Aruba who were coming to Canada. So there
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
many Aruban students here in Canada. And once we started coming in, I had, because I was very involved in my community there, so I did
Uh-huh.
talk to a lot of people coming and then now they're here. So that's really fun. I really enjoyed helping.
You were one
I
influential
remember I feel like
person, right?
it was meant to be.
It was.
It's weird though because I've had helped a lot of Aruban students along the way, and so has my mom. Actually, she's taken on a role to herself, helping the mothers and the parents, and I've been helping
Yeah,
the
yeah.
students.
I think
Yeah,
there's something in us that when we find a very good opportunity, we want to share it.
for
We want
sure.
to share it with our, fellow
It's
country
made us so
friends.
happy going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So, that being said, I could sense that there's not much difference, in your transition moving here, right? Culture shock, anything like that. So,
No, there really wasn't. I mean, I was super exposed to everything. It's just the buildings; they were too
it does.
tall, and more food options.
Actually, more food options, right? So I'm pretty sure you're not missing out on much Caribbean foods and Filipino foods because Toronto
Actually,
has
I'm missing a
everything.
lot of Caribbean Dutch food
Um,
too. But the Filipino, I was able to catch on to the
oh
Filipino.
yeah, they're
I mean, I
everywhere.
tried to make Dutch food. It was a disaster.
I bet that's more complicated than Filipino soy sauce and vinegar, right?
Yeah,
Garlic pepper.
so easy.
True. All right, so that was a fun conversation. I want to go on and on, right? But okay, now we'll want to talk about your program, right? So tell us more about like what are you studying right now? How did you like get interested in that program? I know you're very involved in your community, but why did you choose your specific program?
Right. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm studying Bachelor's of Recreational Therapy.
Mhm.
Initially, when I was picking my program, I wanted to go into PT, physical therapy, or occupational therapy. But of course, you can't jump into that right away because those are masteral programs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I really did not know what step to take. So Seneca really helped in making that decision too. So they offered recreational therapy, and at first I didn't really know what it was. Even when I got here, I was just like, I'm open to seeing what this has to offer me. And ever since starting this program, I mean, I'm graduating this year, I fell in love with it, and I'm so happy that I did, because this, recreation, fun, it sounds simple enough, and
Yeah.
we're actually referred to as the fun therapists, but there's so much more
More
to
to
the
it.
field itself, because they offer such a unique approach to care, right? Because it really, the career itself, it really involves a lot of the person behind the career, right? Because
Mhm.
for recreational therapists, we are the career, because we all have our own strengths and we all have our own unique stories, and we can basically work anywhere and with any population. That's the
Mhm.
beauty of our career. So once you find, it's like a lot of personal development too. Once you find like who you are in a sense, and what you're strong at and what you want to explore and who you want to work with. It translates a lot into your career, like the type of person you want to become in the career. So that's the reason I fell in love with recreational therapy, and I plan on pursuing it further. Yeah, it's been an amazing journey with that. I'm sorry, did I answer your question? I think.
Yes, you did. And I think, like, I think your personality really blends well with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So you
Yes,
can put so
exactly.
much passion. I know in the beginning we're not very sure of like what we want to take, but along the way
Yeah,
we keep learning, and we're like, it's
right.
either we love it, we want to pursue it, or we gotta find a different path, right?
Yes,
The
exactly.
other either or we discover more of ourselves, right? So I want
Exactly.
to ask
Yes.
you, how do you like studying at Seneca?
I love it. It's For me personally, it's been such a good experience. The community there, the opportunities there, the professional friends that I've made. It's oh my gosh, to summarize it in one word, it was it was very much worth my coming here, because it did provide me that basis
Yeah.
for exploring and finding more, and establishing my own story, you could say.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And it's
Because
a
we all
story to
come
tell,
here
right? It's
yeah,
a story to tell.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm coming to Seneca, I was able to work with the SSF. I was able to create a huge network of people who have helped me get to the place where I am now, and it's been a blessing to say the least. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for us international students, more than the program, we really want to find like how
A
do
sense
we
of
fit,
belonging.
sense of belonging, right? And I'm
Mhm.
so glad that you find it in Seneca, right? A lot of
Mhm.
our international students are struggling with, where do they feel like they belong? Where can
Yeah.
they feel like this is their home, right? But for
Mhm.
you, I think it really just comes naturally, like
Mhm.
Canada, Toronto, Seneca,
Yeah.
your program.
Luckily, yeah.
So,
And along the way, I've met a lot of people who did feel the way I felt before,
mhm.
um, but now are doing really good. So, yeah, it's a very close community. Yeah.